Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation on getting to know yourself and your lifestyle choices. I am your presenter, Chris Mattia. So let's talk about lifestyle. What is lifestyle? Lifestyle revolves around goals, and these are the ways that you want to spend your time, your energy, and your resources in your future. Determining what you want in the future takes a lot of self-reflection. Right? Looking into yourself, you have to determine your values, and those are your beliefs and principles. They define who you are, they shape your attitudes and your choices, and they help set your priorities. Becoming aware of your values is important in really knowing yourself. Now, when talking about a career, it's very important that you choose the career that matches your lifestyle goals and values that will create even more self-fulfillment. Now, what are some common values that people hold? Often referred to as core values, people hold thoughts on responsibility, relationships, compassion, courage, achievement, and recognition, all of which are important to every person in some facet. Now take a moment, reflect on which of those is really important to you. Now, what can influence a person's values? There's influences all around us. Well, family, friends, peers, teachers, mentors, spiritual beliefs or your religion, society, personal experiences. Now, how can your interests that are often impacted by your values, how can that impact your career choice? Well, you have to ask yourself, what do you prefer to work with? Do you like data, numbers, information? Do you like people? A lot of people say they don't, but I think a lot of people do like people. Or do you like things, like objects? Do you like working with tools, working with your hands? So data refers to information, knowledge, ideas, facts, words, symbols, figures, and statistics, abstract things. People that are accountants, librarians, physicists, and proofreaders are all examples of people who work with data. Now, individuals who prefer working with people, they may get into careers such as teaching or education, counseling, or training rescue dogs and their handlers. Anything that gets these individuals to socialize with other people. Now, a lot of people love to work with their hands or doing physical labor jobs, and these are people that like to work with things. And these people work with objects of any size, and examples can be instruments, musicians, tools, plants, landscapers, machinery, equipment, raw materials, or even vehicles. You like to work on cars. And there are some people that can work on multiple facets where they like to work with people. They also love the idea of knowledge, facts, and data. And they also like using things or building products. Okay? So again, ask yourself, data, numbers, charts, people, okay, the social aspect of work, or things, objects, building things, using them, using tools. Ask yourself, which one do you want to use in your career? Sometimes you can find a combination of both. Reflect. We got to always look at self-reflection, right? Looking into ourselves, what do we think is important? What do we ultimately want, and how we're going to get there? Okay? So take a moment. Reflect on your life and some of your thoughts about your values, what you think is important. Okay? So pause the presentation and write down any ideas that come to mind about furthering your career and lifestyle goals. Go. Welcome back. Now that you've looked at your values, let's talk about aptitude and abilities. And there is a difference. Okay? In aptitude, a lot of people think aptitude is your ability to do something. It's not. It's the potential for learning a new skill. So what is your aptitude level? The If you are already physically active, your aptitude for learning a new physical movement is high. If you already like to sing, your aptitude for learning music and anything related to music is much higher than those that are not. An ability is a skill that you've already developed, and that takes practice over time. Okay? So think of them as a before and after of learning a skill. Before is the aptitude, your potential interest in something. That will lead to your after developing the ability with practice. So, an example. I mentioned rescue dogs earlier. A person discovers that they have a knack for training a dog. So, if they study and work hard to become a professional dog trainer, their aptitude will then become their professional ability. Personality traits. How does your personality play into your lifestyle goals and ultimately career choices? Well, your personality should also influence your career choice. We don't want to pick a job that doesn't match your personality. Okay. Now, what is it? Personality is just a unique combination of attitudes, behaviors, and characteristics. These are learned over time and developed and honed the more experiences that a person has. Okay. Psychologists, counselors, and human resource professionals use many tests to determine an individual's personality type. Knowing your personality type can help you understand your natural abilities and which careers would suit you best, which is also why psychologists, counselors, and human resource professionals use these so they can find out if a person is right for the job that they are hiring. Now, certain personality traits can make you more successful in specific careers. Okay? If you're very punctual and on time, you're going to do very well with a job that requires that. If you are show leadership skills, you're going to do much better as a boss or a manager. If you show a lot of empathy and compassion, you're going to be very good at being a counselor or a teacher. Okay? So personality characteristics such as self-discipline, persistence, and self-motivation are useful in any career. And these are what we would refer to as transferable skills or transferable traits that can be used across a long or wide spectrum. Learning styles. Learning styles play a large role in your ability to acquire new information. Okay? Now, there are a variety of different learning styles out there. Now, the different ways in which people naturally think and learn are called learning styles. So there's the exact definition. Okay? And then being aware of your own learning styles, that will help you determine the best way you learn something and the best way you acquire new information. Okay? Now, understanding yourself and what type of learner you are, okay, it will help you choose a career that's best for you to acquire information, also matches what you want to work with, data, people, or things, and, okay, you'll eventually go into a career that suits to your strongest of learning styles. Now, what are the types of learners? Now, I will preface that most people will be able to empathize or relate to any of these types of learning, but there might be 1, 2, or 3 that they prefer the most. Okay. First, verbal or linguistic learners. These are people that prefer to read, write, tell stories. They learn through words, speaking, hearing, seeing. Then you have the logical or the mathematical. These people love experiments, trying new things. They like working with numbers and exploring patterns and relationships. These learners like to make categories and classify objects and work with patterns. Visual spatial learners, they prefer to draw, build, design, create things. These learners use the mind's eye and works with colors and pictures. Continuing with the types of learners, next up is rhythmic or musical. These people like to sing, hum, play an instrument. They listen to music. This learner enjoys rhythm and melody. Okay? Musicians often come out of there. People that work in marketing and advertising that develop songs also get into this. Or sometimes people like to remember words, phrases, such as the linguistic people, by relating it to a song or some sort of beat. Okay. Bodily kinesthetic. All right, this prefers to touch and moving around and interacting with people and object. These are people that are athletes or people that have to touch an object to really understand it and see it. Okay. Interpersonal. This is how people interact. So having a lot of friends, talking to people, joining groups. This learner enjoys sharing, comparing, and cooperating with other people in order to learn. And the last few learners, intrapersonal learner. This person likes to work alone. They're kind of an introvert. They pursue interests at their own pace and through independent study. They do a lot of self-reflection, asking themselves a lot of questions. Then you have the naturalistic learner. This person loves to spend time outdoors and works with plants, animals, and other parts of the natural world. These learners recognize patterns and sorts and classifies, kind of like a lot of like the logical, mathematical, but they like to do it in the natural form. They love being out and about in the natural world. A lot of ecologists or anybody in environmental are these type of learners. Okay. And then you have the existential learner. Okay, this one thinks about and questions the way things are, shows a curiosity about life and death, and asks philosophical questions, always plays the devil's advocate. These learners question, debate, explore, and research open-ended questions to life's various topics. Now, some closing thoughts. Okay. Self-reflections help a person understand themselves and their future decisions. Okay. Lifestyle goals and personal values will impact your personal career goals going forward. Understanding your interests play a large role in choosing a career. People can work with people, data, or objects or things. Some people develop the ability to work with multiple sectors and all at once. I'd like to thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you learned about how to self-reflect and learn about your personal values to develop your lifestyle goals and getting to know yourself. Thanks for watching. See you next time.